Hello, I'm Srijan and I'm here to talk about a social network which I created. I believe there are two things which are very important for us as human beings: connection and expression. We always strive to connect with other human beings and we want to express and share what's going on with us in our lives, what's happening in how are we feeling, and we want to know about people we care about, right? And that's the essence of our social interaction, right? What we have right now as social media, I don't think they serve much purpose as a platform for social interaction, right? They're mostly, in my opinion, entertainment platforms of various kinds, which are heavily algorithm controlled and addictive, based on the algorithms they have developed, right? So initially when it started, like initially when Orkut was there and then Facebook was there, I really liked the social experience because there we were able to connect with friends. We were not with many friends who were not in our city. We were able to keep in touch with them. But slowly that thing disappeared somehow. I also started staying away from social media a lot. And recently I was looking at a news where it was saying that there is a study in the University of Maine about how much time uh, average person spends on social media globally, and that time is about 2.5 hours. It's a lot of time actually, right? And if you're spending that much amount of time and you are not even connecting socially, uh, that time I mean uh, the time is kind of wasted, right? And that time could have been utilized for being with someone in person, given to your that time could have been given to your friends, your family, people who matter to you. But because of the addictive nature of the algorithms which govern your social feed, most of us who whenever I go to open Insta, I end up spending hours scrolling the feed because the content is very funny and like very interesting and of topics which are of my interest, right? Very sensational, very highly stimulating, and it's very addictive, right? So so we need a social platform which is low dopamine and real social, it promotes real social interactions, right? So I think that was the primary reason why I created it. The second reason which I can think of is that all of these social media platforms have their own in-house AI models, which they are training on some data, which I don't think they openly claim that they are training on your personal information, but giving your data, doing activities on a platform whose main purpose now has become to build the smartest of the AI models. You are exposing your personal life to a technology which nobody has like control over, right? And it's kind of dangerous. This also This also puts in danger the creative work of artists, all the people who share their creative work on social media. And AI is now, after getting trained on that particular data, is creating similar or even better piece of art. Right. I don't think it's too late even now, but it needs to be prevented somehow. So we need a social network which is not exposed to AI, right? And that is why I have named my social network Humann, because it is all about human and human values. It's not perfect, just like us humans, but definitely it is more human than the current media platforms, social media platforms. The third reason, which is kind of a byproduct of the algorithm situation, is that because the algorithms are so sophisticated and they are trained on your data, they know each and everything about each user, right? What is going to be what is the content that this particular user is going to like. So so what we end up seeing on the feed is often a reflection of ourselves, right? And that is kind of creates a bubble. You should ideally be exposed to different opinions, right? Not just what you like. You should be exposed to actually what is correct and not what you like. So for example, if there is a news which how to put it, I mean, basically I'm talking about the narrative building and unintended consequence of these personalization algorithms, that you only see what you like and your opinion get even stronger and stronger, and it becomes very difficult in the end to see the other side, right? So it's important to see what is there, not just what you like, right? So that is kind of artificially created environment, which is, I think it's not good, right? So yeah, so I created this social network. It's called Humann with 4 N's in the end, because I was not getting the domain name. So you can try it out. It's on Android and iOS, and so basically it doesn't have any algorithm as of now which will control your feed. Everything is chronologically ordered, but there will be some algorithm, but it will definitely not be aimed towards personalization to the extent of you showing only what you like. But if there is too many posts and content in your feed, there has to be something which filters out less related content, like who you follow, who are your friends in your circle. Those will be given more priority over random strangers. Another thing is that there is a concept of circles in Humann, where you can create your circle. For example, your school friend circle, college friends, office, company A, company B, whatever you switched jobs, if you have switched jobs. And so that will give you, because every group has a different context, right? So it will give you a separate safe environment where you can share anything which is relevant to that group only. Some things are not relevant to your family, some things are not relevant to your friends, right? So that's why. Now there is one natural question that may arise, is that we already have WhatsApp. Why not use WhatsApp as a social platform and share and connect those things which I talked about in the starting? So the reason is that WhatsApp is not made for social, right? It is a messaging platform, and so for example, there are groups which are kind of counterpart to the circle concept in Humann. So the groups are there, but the activity that happens on the group is only messages, right? And it becomes very difficult to track what has started a buzz, right? For example, you open your WhatsApp and there are like 150 messages in a group. You have no clue what is going on, what started this conversation. You will have to read each and everything to figure out what is the main thing happening, right? Apart from that, so for example, so messages are more inherently, they have an urgency in it inherently, right? So if someone sends you a message, there's an implicit expectation of a reply. But social posts are not that, they're kind of more chill in that sense, right? You can post it and people can react to it, comment to it in their own time, right? The expectation of a reply or interaction is very low for a social post. Also, messages are like, they're kind of time sensitive. Urgency is the same thing, but I'm talking in terms of expiry date, kind of time sensitive. If someone has, in a group, especially in a social setting, if someone has sent a message and there has been a conversation around it, some people replied, people had some conversation there. Now you got time after, like, let's say 1 day or 2 day, that moment is gone. You can't, you can definitely reply and you can restart the conversation, but it will feel kind of weird. But a social post is like, it stays there. You can go back to it even 2 weeks after it was posted, and you can like it, you can comment it on it. It's totally fine. That's kind of social experience. So that's how WhatsApp is not meant for, the messaging is not meant for the social experience. Also, social posts are a way to, they're kind of also something has happened, some life event has happened, right? You have shared something, so it also become kind of a memory, right? So in your feed, each post, which is like the starting point of a conversation, for every event, something has happened, you post something. Even for yourself, if you want to go back and look at those moments, those images, WhatsApp is very difficult for that, right? So for that social experience, I think we definitely need a dedicated social network. Yeah, so that was it. I think the video is getting too long now. I hope you will like the social experience of Humann, and whatever is the feedback, please send me at srijan@writerbabu.com. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.